All right, this is going to be a quick one for Gemini. All right, Gemini. So I did a quick, let's start all over. We had the Three of Swords and the Tower moment, like the Tower card. So for a lot of you guys, you could have been feeling this hurt, this pain. For some of you guys, this already happened. And you're already out and about. Look, it came up again. Yes. Gemini. Here's the thing. With the Tower moment I saw 33. That could be significant for some of you guys, age 33 or something like that. But listen, some of you guys went through this heartbreak. Remember I saw the Tower moment. Maybe it was unexpected. And with this color moment, it's almost like you expected it, but not the way a person could have done. Look, here it is. These were the three cards of exploration. And with this Tower moment that you experienced in the past, or if you're going through it right now because you're on different timelines, listen, pay attention. The Geminis that already went through this, put it in the comments. It's easy peasy, baby, from here on. Because look, people celebrated on your downfall. But what they didn't realize, because Gemini, you could have wanted to seek revenge. And then I see this when you're like, fuck, let me carry these damn swords. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like you have people kind of tripping out. Because this card, when I was doing the pre-shuffle, this came out and I was going to start with it. But look at this. You take this Tower moment and whoever that person is, it's almost like they took pride in hurting you. But here's what I'm going to tell you from experience. This is you going to the wilderness. This is you taking accountability. You're not going to sit around and BS for some of you guys. Look, it could have put you in this energy like, hell, you took, what are you going to say? For a lot of you guys, you couldn't communicate. Maybe they didn't believe you. For some of you guys, you were dealing with somebody that could have went around and really caught you off guard. So you could have had a whole community that came up against you. So you said, you know what, God, I'm here. Where do I find you? You could have went like with this curiosity right here. And this, if you notice right here, I wanted you to see this because this is going to be for some of you guys very important. Exploration. This is your, I heard this is your time to shine. And you're like, how? I just got hurt. I fell off the tower. And I have all this deception and nobody wants me. For some of you guys, they could have pushed you into homeless. But look, it says right here, be mindful of dishonesty, whether from others or yourself. Clarity and integrity will lead to a better outcome. Avoid shortcuts and trust in truth as the foundation of success. Now, this led you in a different direction. The Tower moment, for some of you guys on a different timeline, it's been a while. For me, it's over 5 years. And people are like, what happened to Infinity? For some of you guys, you even had people that said, oh, they're locked up or they're, dead or something. But it's not that. And you feel, or for some of you guys, the people that hurt you, since you stay quiet, because, a lot of people don't realize that sometimes God wants you to stay silent. If you know, you give it to God. He will vindicate you. Sometimes some people get vindicated like this, and sometimes it'll take a while. God is very strategic. I don't know who needs to hear this, because for some of you guys, I feel like you could be in the sense of panic. Like, man, I'm losing everything infinite. Trust me, when you see God, he doesn't want all your old junk. You might say, what do you mean it's old? What God has for you up ahead, you might have to struggle right here, There's a bear shed in the woods. Yeah, sometimes, it could have been hard times. I laugh about it because I've been there. But guess what? Best believe if you give it to God in due time, karma comes, when you least expect it. In a way that you might not even expect. I'm going to repeat this message that I just got, but I said it, I can't remember which sign. Sometimes God will still bless that person that did you wrong or people. And you could be thinking like, why? Because it's none of our business. God does what he wants to do. And for some of you guys, the tower moment, you're going to realize that was divine intervention. That person could have been laughing that they took your things and everything. A lot of you guys have a big heart. I didn't fight for it because if I would have, and I wasn't perfect, but it was, my business, my clients, but I had 2 children. I didn't want them out in there. Plus, God said, hey, come with me. You got to leave things behind. Plus, what do? And some of you guys, you don't realize. You're looking, you're angry, and the devil's right there. Get them back. Or some of you guys have people in your ear. But a lot of you guys, you feel shame because you have no support. Look, some of you wanted to close your eyes like, I can't believe this. And I don't know about you guys, but for some of you guys, I feel like if you had this intervention, like God came to you and I want to walk in. Sometimes we don't realize it's like going, it's an initiation. And in my case, it was, it's like I had a feeling where the betrayal, but I wasn't sure. And when it came from the ones that I at least expected, what do? Like, it hurts you. You can't hurt somebody that is your blood, your kin. I mean, some people do, but they failed the mission. So some of you guys, you're going through this, and what you're being asked is to look at it from a higher perspective, because at the same time, when COVID 5 years ago, well, yeah, it was fucking booming in my industry, but what happens later? I see that, and I tell people, I said, man, don't be jealous of what the other person's doing. Even if God allows that, whatever they took from you to still be going. If you focus on what God has for you, because he'll give you a choice. Okay, you want to go fight for it? Orale, I'll give you the chance. Or you could come over here and I could surprise you. And it's a 50-50. It depends. What do you want? Are you materialistic? Some of you guys, you were dealing with people. That's all they care. Why? Because they've never had it. They don't know what blessings. You are the blessing. You were next to them. And some of you guys, the devil is creating this image. Oh, you ain't nothing. And you feel like they're blessed. And they could be, but not as blessed as you, bitch. Put it in the comments. I'm blessed as fuck. God loves me. Look, collaboration. They could have been doing magic. It could be 3 people. But you don't want to see and you don't want to know. But this mission that you're going to go on, look, it's going to be dark. And Gemini, when you walk away in the dark, you're not scared. A lot of you guys not. And if you are, you're going to love this message. Because you see, it's not black and white, this heartbreak. It actually has color. There's a purpose behind it. So you walk away, you leave that behind, and this is where God starts to work. Look, reflection. It's like you're starting to, what is my purpose? And you're making it to the top with the Hermit, you could have Virgo in your chart, or you're dealing with the Virgo. I think Gemini and Virgo, right, they're rulers or whatever they are in astrology. But look, and you're doing it by yourself. See, that other person, they betrayed you, but they weren't by themselves. They had to get a team for one little person. Man or woman. And it's hard, man. Some of you guys don't even realize it's hard. The emotional mastery that you're about to experience. As soon as you let go of the hurt and pain, oh my God, you don't even know. And if you notice, look, Originally, this card is what I had right here, but I shuffled it in. Exploration. You're going to start, it's almost like you start to heal the inner child and you begin attracting, starting new, fresh. Here's another one. Curiosity. Look, exploration. This is fire and swords. It's like you're going to be passionate and you're going to be open to new ideas. You are eager to learn and uncover new truths. So some of you guys, you don't even realize the power, the magical power, the gifts that you have within you. I don't think you realize. Don't let these fuckers bullshit you, you know. You're here and there and you're listening. No, vamos a la chingada, mira, direct source. It says, a spark of curiosity is urging you to explore new ideas and directions. This is a time of discovery and learning. Trust your intuition or something. What is that right there? I can't read. I never learned. Like your enthusiasm and embrace your adventurous growth. Every step forward holds the promise of exciting possibilities. Like you get to start fresh and you don't have nobody dragging you. Oh, I don't want to go and this and that. No, you start fresh. Yes, and you're like, infinite, I'm fucking on. No, God is gonna turn you to where if you're a lady, curves. Yes, everything's you be celibate for a while. And then God places somebody else, and you're gonna feel like a teenager or a young adult, you know. And with the exploration, look, you have your eyes closed. It's like, you know what? Even though it's the desert, the nature, you start to heal like within, because I'm telling you, you're magical. Put it in the comments. I'm magical as fuck. And it's almost like people are not gonna be able to bullshit you no more. You know the truth. They know the truth. But they, whoever teamed up to betray you, like to be on that person's side, they're gonna get betrayed. What you put out comes back. Like if you hurt somebody to get ahead, like you're stepping on somebody to get ahead. Like how much of a boss bitch or boss man are you to do that? Like you can't start shit from scratch. Orale. I don't know. Somebody needed to hear it. But look what you're gaining. Wisdom. It says seek guidance through tradition, teachings, or mentors who inspire you. A lot of you guys, your mentors. I don't know about you, but the family and everything. I was already, órale putos, póngase aquí, get over here, do this. But they were jealous. They wanted my shoes. Well, here you are. Órale. And people don't know what it takes until they're right there. Yeah, I have a sibling assist. If you only knew. And I didn't get mad. That's the difference. You're going to realize, I don't want to give you a spoiler alert, but you're going to learn how to maintain and your emotions, and you already know what's happening. But when the things like God starts to unfold things, you're just going to be like, I knew it. And you're not going to worry. Like, this is fucking amazing, man. Look, there's usually a person right there like, oh, where do I go? No, a lot of you guys are getting into this energy like, fuck, whatever you want, God. You're enjoying your journey. That's why I always say, put it in the comments. I love my spiritual journey. What do? You embrace it. And look, this brings you independence. And you might say, Infinite, I don't got shit. You have it within you. You're going to attract it, and God provides. Little by little, He's seeing if you can manage. Some of you guys could flip it like a motherfucker, but you're like, no, okay, let me not do those things no more. Flipping bricks and all kinds of shit. But look, some of you guys, God wants you to see how stable you can be on His budget that He placed upon you. How content are you? And look, this brings inspiration, because for a lot of you guys, there's people that'll be flashing everything and no lo tienen. Some of you guys could be dealing with people like that if they're close or an ex or, relatives, the ones that didn't help you, or friends, as soon as you were getting in trouble, you could have been the one feeding all the fuckers. Like, let's go to Edie, vámonos. If you were on adventures, God is telling you don't need nobody. It's just you, your intuition. And you're learning because, look, now they're in conflict. Or this was you back then where you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you fuckers? And some of you guys got to understand this is the entities that are in there. And you just, that badass fucker, man or woman, your inner child, orale putos, putas, whatever. And it could have been intense, but how? How do you hurt? That's like being in a zombie movie and then they're all turning zombies. How do you do that? I mean, I guess if they turn like that, fuck them, but they're not. You're like kind of tripping out, and that's what's freaking scary. It hurts if you have some kind of heart. So let's see. So a lot of you guys, this tower moment, you're gonna be happy that it happened because it really shows you the person that they truly are. Mm-hmm. This is a person that really couldn't sit on a throne. They pushed you off, and they wanted to sit here and, what can you expect from somebody that has insecurities? They don't like to be fair. But their time is coming. Karma's coming for them. God's seen it, everything. Look, you could be mysterious right now. Where are you? Gemini. But you're staying persistent. You on your mission. Steady progress. Steady progress on you. It says patience and diligence, ensuring long success. Like you ain't trying to, short stop or to get to the, let me get this person out the way. Let me, no, you're going to do it right. And a lot of you guys, if you get back into the same industry, it's almost like little by little, God's going to give you this grace and you're going to, without even having to fight, you're going to take them out. The business of me. And if it might not even get to that point, God will do it himself. But for a lot of you guys, you don't have to play dirty because you've never played dirty. You're going to take your throne back. Gemini, you are called to take control and build a strong foundation for your future. Stability and structure are essential now. Lead with wisdom and integrity. But remember that true authority comes from balance, not rigidity. Trust your power to create lasting success. And I don't know if I said this in a different sign, but I kept getting this. I was giving somebody advice, but it was almost like give somebody, like if you want to know a person, and this is what really God does. God will give a person money and power. And he'll watch how this person reacts. How can he handle it? Is he responsible? Is she responsible? Because there's people, once they have money and they'll want to kick you, they'll betray you. They'll put a hit on you. You don't see the lifetime. Yo, if you knew my case, like I had life insurance and everything, and that I was doing it for them. I wanted to leave this earth for them. After my dad died, I wasn't feeling good. Did they sit there? Don't do it? Fuck no. That's why God was like, no, mijo. No, I need you here. And a lot of you guys, that's what it is. It's not even you. God allowed that tower for him to watch, and for a lot of them, God allowed them to receive money, like to prosper. And instead of helping you out, because most of you guys, they had nothing. You opened your doors. You probably opened even to your family because they were abandoned and thrown out. And then when it came to you, regardless if you were right or wrong, or you were trying to separate, if you did something wrong, it's the intentions behind somebody hurting you, like purposely trying to hurt you in a way. That's what God sees. And people don't realize it. And some of you guys haven't said nothing. Look, celebration and content. They were content that you were gone, knowing damn well you were the inspiration. But for a lot of you guys, you had somebody like this, childish, just looking at the money and the prosperity. They think they're on top of the world. And for some of you guys, you're still dealing with the situation. I don't know about you guys, but you could be dealing and you're just waiting, and God is going like, I don't know. But and the thing about this is that you were always an inspiration. So Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, anywhere in your chart, you could have been a person, even as a young soul, like in your youth, you attracted wealth. Like you had the Midas touch. Maybe you didn't know you had the intuition, but God would lead you. And some of you guys knew. But there was something about you. You just had this star, and you could have had the closest ones they were in mind, but they wanted to be you. And I'm going to have a class on that for some of you guys, because we all came for a purpose. And some of your siblings, in this case, they're saying siblings or even friends, for some of you guys, even your partner, it's like they seen this magnetic way, and they want the lingo, they want to copy it. And they thought by you putting you in this energy of struggle, pushing you away, they could steal it. And they call it like a destiny swap. Saying, look, they were cheering. Can you imagine the worstest feeling that a lot of people hold back? I think it is the hardest feeling, to have your whole entire family knowing that you need help. And instead of helping you, they're like, fuck. And behind the scenes, they're like, yeah. And God is watching, like, what the hell is wrong with these people? Like, who raised them? Yeah, look, planning. For some of you guys, they were planning. There was a particular person that was planning. But you surrendered regardless. And a lot of you guys, you're being asked to surrender. This heartbreak, look, it's going to come out. Like, you hear it all the time. What they meant for evil, God meant for good. So put it in the comments, baby. That's what I got. Gemini, that was just a little quickie. Hit the like button, share, subscribe.